it's not only the Dawn's Roar that suspect that freaking monster in Taizai. So the chapter starts off with Dawn's Roar suspecting, why would they want to kill this monster? Why would not, they leave it to Helbram and his favorite, new generation? But they're like, it's just our mission, and let's just do it. Although I still think the guy in the armored mask suspects something, there's some shady shit going on, maybe because they couldn't handle this monster, and not to mention it was an original knight, so maybe he wanted the original knights to do it, not just some new fucking flunky kids to deal with it. And you see a gal that actually leads Meliodas and the rest of them just so you can just go and deal with it while he puts the kids to say thing. You see, freaking, they had to go balls out, their fist will not work on this guy. And King's spear, he turns it into a form too, like a bear which protects it, and he said, oh, this thing can deal with it. It can pretty much block out any physical attacks, and if it does fire, it's resistant to that. This has got a lot of water built up in it, and then it uses a frozen breath technique and just destroys it, and I was like, yeah, King, you might want to think of something better else. But something that was really fucking sick in this chapter is when Meliodas and Ban pick up these weapons. Like Meliodas picks up a shield and sword, and Ban picks up a whip. And you see he does the venom, and he just melts through the shield, and just Meliodas combines it to do this enchantment called Hellblaze with the weapon, and it just looked really awesome. And apparently he used this back in the day against Ban as well. Maybe this is during one of their sparring days or something. It looks pretty sick. It actually managed to deal some damage. However, he did hear the original voice of the knight, and he did hesitate to kill him, since you do see the original body there. So there's slightly left of humanity left in that guy. But then, but Meliodas gets caught because of that, and then Galther blows a hole through him with his bow. So we know now what Galther used. Is that the only question is that the original weapon though? Is that their sacred treasures, or is that just one he can use? Because it looks pretty fucking powerful already. So I'm guessing to say that Galther has already got a sacred treasure, which is pretty much that bow, or he can manipulate his magic to turn that into a bow. There's some answers we need with that. But however, the chapter ends though very weirdly with the old man Kine that we saw from the tournament going to Elizabeth because he just knocked on the door, and and then he said just Liz at the end of the chapter, and he's saying maybe that's why Meliodas took her in, maybe because it looked like Liz. Because if you remember, Liz was a very important person to Meliodas before he destroyed that town. So I guess the reason he took in Elizabeth is because of that. Well, that and maybe her name as well, Liz. You can sort of see where it is. Maybe saying, "Oh shit, she got the name, she got the face. That must be something like her." It was a really solid chapter, actually. I'd give this one an 8 out of 10. I really want to see what's going to happen now with that, and with the chapter, what's going to happen next with Meliodas and Ban, and it just makes me wonder, are they going to get any new weapons, or they ever find their sacred treasures after this? Because it seems as well, Galther doesn't really want to leave. It seems he looks like he's too worried about the kids to actually go on a journey with Meliodas and all of them. But I'll give it an 8 out of 10. But that's all from me, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, Savagezweipanda, sign out, and I'll see you guys next time.